Haha! Well, what do we have here? Look at this, guys. I had to go back around the block because I knew somebody was going to be coming. But after I saw all these brown spots covering up what I made a video about, which was the MIRA magic watch. Don't mind me, y'all. So they covered up every spot that's like in brown. They used brown paint. Is where it said MIRA, MIRA. And I'm pretty sure this might look familiar from one of the videos I made. They did it on the other ones on that street I came from. Remember, it had MIRA on this. And if there's a video, if you look, it looks pretty similar because it's the same street. But they went and idiots. But anyways, they went and covered it up. That's why I wanted to show, because there were other poles back the other direction that were covered up too. I was like, oh, so they covered them all up, but they forgot the one on the rock. Like there's a rock next to Safeway. That's why I don't really care about these people, because that guy could have went, but he was just watching me, bro. He's probably like, what is that lady doing? And it's on that street, like coming from that direction, because when they went heavy in the paint, trying to gang stalk me real heavy, they started putting them on every single pole, like the directions where I was headed. And down there too, where that guy's standing. You probably can't see him that far away. And I have insurance, so no worries. I'm so proud about that now. Well, me and whoever else, if there's any danger, we're covered. See, they covered that. I'm not trying to get the guy in there, but that pole right there, they covered everything up. Ever since I made a video talking about it, that's what they did in the past too, to make it seem like I'm delusional. I saw another one right there, but you guys get the point. I don't have time to I have time, but I don't want to take the time to go back and show every single light pole that's covered up with brown paint to cover up the MIRA, because the people who live in Portland, you should feel ashamed of yourself for even volunteering to do that stupidity. That's so dumb. And look at that, a whole pole covered in brown paint. Now I knew something was off. I was like, I could have sworn, and I had a feeling like maybe yesterday or the day before, that they were going to go back and try to cover the stuff up again, because that's what they did in the past. There's a bike path on 7th Avenue crossing, I don't know, crossing a freeway or something, and like I said in another video, they wrote MIRA on the one direction where I was headed, and then they covered it up. And then when I came back, it was MIRA on the other direction, going the opposite way. And I was like, what are these people doing? And that's when I knew for sure that I wasn't cuckoo like I thought I was at one point. And they keep writing Josh, JOSH right there. Those are the new things. That's why I thought the only Josh that I know, besides Josh Peck from that Bell guy, I forgot, Josh Peck and not Peter Bell. I can't remember. They've been Drake and Josh. That's the name of that. Drake Bell and Josh Peck. That show. Other than that, the only Josh I know in person was the plumber Josh. That, well, I was gonna say where he worked, but is that plumber Josh who's an actual schizophrenic? Like, he literally takes medication for schizophrenia, and his dad is, what do you call that? Those bikers? Hell's Angels. Yeah, his dad's a Hell's Angel. And I was scared to be with him because of that. Not because I'm afraid of the Hell's Angels, but because I was afraid of them one day trying to set it up. Like, him liking a chocolate lady. Like, come on. Like, it's possible, but I was like, I ain't one day want him to think he heard something that told him to sacrifice or kill me. Not to make fun of people who have that mental disability, because that's no fun. I know it has to not be any fun at all whatsoever. And I'm starting to think that some of these people that have schizophrenia, it might not be because of a mental disorder, but possibly from other factors that I won't say here. But you guys, the wise ones, will know what I'm trying to say. perhaps experiments or some other things happening. Yeah, but that's it. And there's Josh everywhere. I don't feel like going to show, like, ever since I spoke about it, they started writing Josh everywhere, and they wrote something else that was inappropriate on one of those polls. That's how I was noticing, like, I became aware of it again. I was like, then, like, after I drove past that part not too long ago, then I saw that they had covered up the other MIRA um, tags and covered it up with brown paint. But they didn't cover up other ones though. Like, I saw one that on one pole, it made it look like some sort of demonic eyes or a structure of a mean face, but they didn't cover that up. So I was like, it has to be like the gang stalkers or someone who watched my video or something like that. Because why would you take the time to go paint brown paint over it, and you're just gonna do it again like you did before? Like, it's people who. So now I know that must not have been black asphalt or whatever, tar or something. It might have been, but it must, if it is, it's somebody who went to go buy that stuff just so that they can gain stock by writing MIRA on one side of the bridge that I was headed on bike. That was back in 2022, like a few months prior to them admitting me to the psychiatric hospital, simply because somebody called and said I was out on the street with my baby and he didn't have a jacket on, and neither did I. But they didn't, I could tell those people were watching me the whole time, and they didn't say what happened before that part. But because the police met me at that moment when I literally didn't have a jacket and my son didn't have a jacket, and it was snow on the ground, and some of it was, I was gonna say it was ice, but not, it wasn't ice yet, only on certain parts of the road, and that was like where the Max train was at, and we weren't on that side. And plus, actually, I think it had melted already by that point because other people were walking around out there. And that's when someone was using well, anyways, I just made a video about that situation, but they were trying to make it seem like I was psychotic or I had psychosis. Yeah, it was like induced, though. It was intentionally induced. And I just was like thinking to myself, the thing, what made it happen is me trying to realize if what I was witnessing happening to myself was just an illusion, or if I was really experiencing and going through, like, if I was just having illusions. Because I was thinking, like, there's no way that these people could be following me, walking every single place where I'm going, putting Target bags nice and neatly folded by trash cans. Like, so soon as I enter a driveway area of a apartment complex, straight ahead I see it. When I go somewhere else, I see it in that location. Even when I was doing the group therapy at Providence St. Vincent Hospital, I walked out one day and I have a picture of that. So if it's not there, that means someone went and erased it. Because I'm very sure, because this was after I had already gotten out of the psychiatric hospital, after they already stole my other phones, and it was about 20 phones. So I just was like, I took a picture of it because it didn't make any sense for a Target bag to be perfectly folded up, where the Target shows perfectly on the white background, where the walk sign was, where the when you go to cross the street and you press the sign to walk, the button, so you can activate the sign to eventually let you know when it's safe to walk across the street, the signal, I mean. Yeah, I was walking to that, and it was a Target bag, like, before I got across the street to that button, it, like, right at the edge of the corner, it was perfectly placed on a little stump area where it looked like it would have been a manhole, but I don't know what that area was. But I would have to go back to it to show, because they can't just, like, get rid of that piece right there. Because I noticed how when they knew that I was going to go back and show proof and evidence of certain places, they either removed the house, they tore it down, or they, like, rearranged the structure so it doesn't look like how it looked back then. Because my memory is impeccable when it comes to certain things, and that's where they fucked up at. Because, like, once I got out of the psychiatric hospital and I started seeing a repeat of that stuff happening again, that's what, and they didn't have power, because I was realizing that, okay, I'm out of the psychiatric hospital, they were putting me on some medication. So I was like, if I got out of there and I was stable coming out, and I still was experiencing and witnessing the same things, and like they was trying to start it back up again, that means I'm not crazy and that this was really what's going on. So in a way, it was kind of a blessing a little bit that I was put into the psychiatric hospital, because I was able to know for certain that I wasn't delusional about what I was experiencing. So, yeah, thanks guys. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys in case people are like, I think it'll be helpful, because some people, they're going through or have gone through exactly what I went through, when you're trying to decipher if what's happening is actually happening, or are you just losing it. Because even I was trying to figure that out. I was like, there's absolutely no way these people are taking time to orchestrate on a larger scale than just one or two individuals doing what I'm witnessing happen. Like, it didn't register until after I got out of the psychiatric hospital. Then I knew for sure that I was being played with. I was gonna say the other word, effed with, but I'm gonna go put money on a card so I can send money to someone, and yeah, to pay for something, and then I'm gonna go home after that. But I just noticed, like, I've been feeling it in the air. Like, another thing I wanted to say is that for a good while, when I was focused on other things that I had to do, like going to the group therapy and stuff, I did notice some of the weirdo stuff that was going on. Like today when I went to the DMV, they had someone riding by on a I'm not a motorcycle, on a bicycle, that showed the bridge that I went to a few days ago when I went in the hills so I can go to the trail. And then they said keep Portland Weird on it and some other stuff. I was like, oh, here they go. Like, you follow me. And that DMV is the gang stalking DMV. That's why I don't go to any of the restaurants over there. And now I'm not even going to be shopping over there. There's a Lowe's that's over there in the Hayden Meadows. That's why that Walmart is tore down over there, because all the gang stalkers stealing out the store. One day I went up in there, I was like, dang it, like they shutting this place down. They had so much theft. I think that was their last resort, was to go ahead and shut down. And kind of wouldn't be surprised if Walmart was in on it too, so they can get some money and make an insurance claim. I'm starting to see how some of these companies be working with insurance companies, like, to finesse certain things to happen. But I'm gonna be quiet. So other than that, I think that's it, y'all. I want to get off this phone now. Have a good day. Bye.